What's up, guys? Welcome to Monchkinz Gaming, where we take your gaming to the next level. This is Monchkinz logging in to bring you another Brave Cross video. So guys, this video will be covering Dominion floor 215 or 215, and I know a lot of you guys get stuck in this particular floor, and basically this is why I'm making a dedicated video just for this particular floor. I do remember the last one I did, I think it was 155, was it 155? I think which was ideally the same thing. It's a Imperial only hero floor. So this video is basically, first of all, I will be covering the heroes that I use, and of course I'll cover the heroes that you can use as well in replacement to the ones that I've used. And I will show you guys what sort of upgrades I had on them at that particular time when I finally beat it. And I've only beaten it this week, but I have come close quite a lot of times. So this video hopefully can help you guys beat 215. So let's get on with the video. So first of all, the heroes that I used were Ebenwolf, Charger, Eternus, and Arya, and of course your main character. So let's go through probably the biggest DPS I had in that fight, and I believe it was my Ebenwolf. Let's start off with my Ebenwolf. So my Ebenwolf was actually just level 70 at the time, I believe, and so I didn't have a lot of new upgrades for him. So in War Souls wise, he was only in Asheron form, and if you can get him higher than the Asheron, you can probably do a lot more DPS. And in saying that, because of the latest patch, which will be in another video, they pretty much added the third and fourth grade on the stats, which means once you upgrade the first one, you get overall increase in everything. The second one was defense, and the third one you get more attack, and of course the fourth one, which is currently now, is you get added penetration damage, and the last one is the evasion. Then you go to the next level. So there has been a buff pretty much all throughout the heroes, because you do get more attack for every one. Now in saying that, it is still quite possible for me to beat it before this patch. I was just having really bad luck, but however, the patch actually really helped and actually made it a lot easier for everyone to beat this floor. So that is my current War Soul state on my Ebenwolf. And at the time, I'm sorry, but I have taken off the pebbles on my heroes due to the reason being I was getting whooped in arena and cross arena, so I had to redistribute that back to my main heroes. So let's go through the mounts and books. Now currently I still have a 9-star on this mount for my Ebenwolf. However, it can be a little bit lower than that. I just had a lot of extra ivory dragon, that's why it's a 9-star, and I am planning to take that out quite soon. So I did have a 9-star when I beat this, and then I believe I had 6 stars. Yes, 6 stars for the book. Now the book is shared between Ebenwolf and Eternus. However, I believe putting it in Eternus is quite of a gamble in some ways, because if he doesn't revive, hey, that's it for your DPS, and it gives a lot of final damage. Now I did have a 6-star on my weapon as well a 6-star in damage reduction. Now here's the thing, a lot of people might ask, or some people might ask, why I don't put in magic immune, because the majority of the DPS that you're gonna face in 215, they're basically all magic based. And the reason being is I did want them to damage my Even Wolf, but not to damage him enough for him to die in one shot. And believe me, you do get one shot, even like a max HP. For some reason, I don't know why, Kitsune will just blow you away for some reason at times. So damage reduction actually really helps in survivability. And the reason why you want to get damage is for Even Wolf to go to his Fenrir form, which is he will do a lot more DPS. He'll do a lot more CC as well because of his awakening, and that's the gist of it. So you just have to make sure you have quite a lot of damage stuff on Even Wolf, and you can forget about the bow immunity because you won't need that. And the anti-crit, maybe you want to put some if you do have extra pebbles, but the majority of your pebbles should be on the sword and the armor. And of course the mount in the book really helps a lot. So that's the first hero that I've used. The second one was my charger. For my charger, Warsaw wise, it's just in Asura form, so I believe it's third to last. In any case, you know, charger is he just needs to survive. His awakening is very useful. He just needs to survive. So for him, as always, I did have a 6-star on my weapon, and for him, instead of the damage reduction, I have put the magic immune. I think I only had 4-star for the magic immunity. It doesn't necessarily need to be high pebbled, but as long as your charger can survive, that should be fine. His main purpose is for his awakening to be used, and then you subsequently use the other hero's awakening to do more damage. For the book, I did have, I believe, I think I didn't have anything on that because it is the same book that you use for Eternus and Even Wolf. And I didn't have anything on my charger except these two, 6-star and a 4-star, I believe. You can always add some more. Damage reduction will always help. Bow immunity you don't need. Anti-crit probably. So if you do have the spare pebbles, why not? You know, if it increases your survivability, you can go ahead and do that. So next up is, of course, the main hero. My main hero is pretty much 6-star everything, and I did get a 8-star on my books because the Warring Artisan is shared with Sohi, so I do have a lot of that. So I did pump my main hero up because the more damage you do, the better, and the better the heals, the better. And next up is, of course, the mount. I have 5-star. I haven't moved that anywhere else, so I'll just keep that there. And let's go on with the next hero. Basically, the main hero you can't choose. He has to be in the fight, and the heals will help. So the next hero that I picked is Arya. Now, where is my Arya? So my Arya here. Let's just go back first to here. My Arya's Warsoul is Ashura as well, and I forgot to mention my main character's main hero is also in Ashura. So next up is, let's go through the relic. Now for the relic, I did have a 6-star on my magic damage, a 6-star in penetration, 6-star in final damage, 6-star in crit, and 6-star in the crit damage. I pumped everything up for my Arya, except of course the mount in the books because I am very low on that. You can take off from your Shantis if you have a Shantis. You can, I think she uses a Verdant volume, but I didn't need to go that far because Arya is basically not a huge damage dealer. She's there for more healing and support. But the extra penetration damage and final damage certainly will help you with your DPS. And finally, my last hero is Eternus. So with my Eternus, I do have Ashura form as well, and of course, I did have 6-star on the weapon, the armor, the boots, and the ring. The only thing that I didn't upgrade was this one, which is the skill HP drain. I didn't have any reason to put that up, and like I said, the book, I gave it to Ebenwolf instead of my Eternus. For the the Jade Lion Spirit, I did get it up to, I would say 8-star. I think I put it up to 8-star, and that gave me enough DPS. Eternus can either be your strongest DPS or your second strongest DPS, so it's definitely a hero that you would want in your team. As you guys can see, my Eternus is actually only 6-star, but I have managed to beat it. There is luck involved in the fight. However, I think it is possible even without Eternus. And that's pretty much for my team. Now, let's talk about other heroes that you can use. If you guys have watched some of my older videos when I said I was gonna start trying 215, is that I said a poor man's build would be Raider. Raider is actually a good hero. I have managed to get close to beating the floor. I believe I only had Death Star left, and my team composition was Raider, Charger, main hero, Arya, and Eternus. Unfortunately, at that time, my Eternus actually died, and I was stuck with Charger and Raider, but I have managed to beat all the 4 heroes except for Death Star. Just didn't have enough time, but if given enough time, I would have beaten the floor with my Raider. And if, of course, I think one of my tries, my Eternus lived, but still wasn't enough DPS due to the fact that Death Star has some sort of magic immunity more so. Sometimes the Eternus's attack wasn't hitting, so I don't know. I haven't covered Death Star that much and haven't used him, so I can't say for sure, but I know he has some sort of magic defense immunity or something or the other. So I got really close. So if you are planning for a poor man's build, Raider is actually a good hero. Just remember to give him these staff, the weapon bonuses or the book and the mount as well. They're definitely going to help with your fight. Now, the other thing with that is there's a lot of luck involved as well. Much of this lore involves a lot of luck, so I just have to say that outright. So my Warsaw is also Asura for my Raider, and because of the recent buff Raider got from the patch, he's definitely much more useful than he was before. So definitely a good hero for a replacement for if you don't have Ebenwolf in your team. But I do suggest you get Charger, because Charger is Awakening is really good. Now Chevalier is a bit of an iffy one. Chevalier is good so you can get some more rage. However, you do take more damage. So he's a double-edged sword. Like I said in my Hero of the Week, it's very hard for me to say, yeah, pick him, because he has a drawback as well. I personally don't recommend having Chevalier in your party because you take more damage. Now let's get to Masquerade. Masquerade is one of those other heroes that you can probably use if you have a strong one. His ability to take the first strike is actually really good, so the opponent won't be able to use their Awakening straight away. And if you have a very strong DPS output at the start, you can probably kill them before they start healing. Hanzo, I know some people use that, however I can't comment on Hanzo because I never used him. Masquerade I actually use a little bit, but in the end, 5 star is just too weak, and so I needed something else, and that's when I thought of Raider. Another one is Slayer. Can't comment on him. Death Star as well. He's unfortunately, well, he's also a what do you call this? A Imperial hero, and like I said, he has this ability to reduce damage and magic damage. So he's a bit of a annoyance, but I guess if you're looking for a team involving that star and the Imperial only, he can be quite a good tank because he will pretty much heal your party, plus be able to reduce the magic damage that's coming to you. So he's probably a good hero to take in the Imperials only. However, I can't comment much on him because, like I said, I never used him. And I know other people finally have used Hephaestus as well. He's good for taking down very low HP heroes, so you know you can time his awakening, make sure you get them in one shot, and you can use his awakening again afterwards. So that's it for the Imperial heroes. Like I said, the composition in your party, this is not set in stone, but for me, I think the ideal formation would be 2 melees, your Arya, and a back hero, which is Eternus. This is not exactly the, you know, like I said, it's not set in stone. You can have 3 melees, Arya, and the main character. So that worked well for me as well. I did manage to take down, I think, 3 of the heroes when I had that, but the problem with that was that I wasn't giving out too much DPS. I got stuck every now and then. And there is also the full DPS team, which involves we don't have Arya at all, but I found when I used that team that I was having trouble building up my rage, and Kitsune is very, very annoying, and when she drains your rage, it just was very frustrating. So and it takes a very long time to build it back up again. So definitely not a ideal situation, but you can pull it off if you're lucky enough. Anyway, I think I'll stop talking about this one and I'll show you guys the video, and let's go to that. Okay guys, so this is the fight that got me past 215. As you guys can see, I have Charger, Eben Wolf, main character, Arya, and Eternus. Like I said, a lot of things in this fight involves luck. Now I don't have final wings, but if you do have final wings, that is probably going to help you a lot in this fight. Now, the first thing that you want to wish for is to actually cancel Shantis' awakening using your main character's wings. So that is a random thing. So just pray that you cancel Shantis' awakening and you should be gold. Next one is, of course, healing through the Shantis' awakening. She will use it eventually, so you know there's not much you can do about that. But using Arya's awakening during that Shantis awakening there actually will help you, because you do get the buff and the heal as well. So next up is basically making sure your team just survives the onslaught. Now Kitsune is probably going to be your worst nightmare here, because see how that killed my Eternus. Fortunately, it survived, and my Eben Wolf survived that as well. As you guys can see back there, I actually missed that awakening, so none of them got damaged, which is very, very annoying. I misclicked there, but usually you'd want to time Charger's awakening with another awakening. I tried there, however, my Even Wolf's rage bar just depleted because of Kitsune. So that is very, very annoying, and at some point you'll probably get frustrated and just start using your awakening as soon as it's up. However, I would really recommend just, saving that up. And you can use your Charger's Awakening while Eternus' Awakening, which is that demon thing, is in the field as well, because that's extra damage. So, finally taking down Shantis and Lucence. And one thing that I do have to say as well is you probably would want to time your Charger's Awakening when Shantis is on the floor. Remember, she is invulnerable if she's using her her Awakening. So if she drops down, that's probably the best time to act. Now, my other thing here is your Eternus. Having 7-star Eternus will really help you in this fight, only because every time he revives now, he does get that attack speed buff. So as you guys can see, my Eternus is actually doing a lot of damage and is very, very quick. And now when you're down to Death Start by himself, this is the time where you can actually time your awakenings, because Death Start is a very, very hard hero to kill. He heals himself and he's managed to reduce the magic damage. So as you guys can see, I'll buff myself with Arya, get my Eternuses up, Awakening up, and then use my Charger, use my Ebon Wolf, and wait for a stun lock of some sort. As you guys can see, I'm nearly down to a minute left, and he still has about 1/4 HP. But if you time your Awakening, especially with Charger, you'd be able to take him down. So I guess that's it for this video, guys. I hope it helps you guys beat 215, and yeah, just leave a comment below if there's anything you would like to ask me. Remember to click like, subscribe, and share this video if you find it helpful at all. As always, I'd like to hear from you guys. What is your current team in trying to beat 215? And like I said, just leave a comment below if you want to ask something, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. This is Monchkinz logging off, and I'll see you guys in the next level.